everybody. Every time I start a live stream, I have no idea if what I'm doing is actually working. Please hold while I check if sound is coming through. Sound is absolutely coming through. Hello everybody. How is it going? I feel like weeks feel like months for streaming for some reason. But we're back. Things are a little different this week. There's a mic in frame. So I have some things to take care of later today, which is why we're streaming earlier today. Speaking of which, it's also going to be a little bit quicker. I want to shoot for finishing our drawing here today. So we're going to get started immediately just because we only have about like 2 hours to work. But hello, everybody. Hello, awesome JJ Ranger. I mispronounced your name last time and I'm going to do it again. I'm so sorry. Jawa, I believe. I know you said it's Portuguese, I believe, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Marcella Marie, Chainsaw Hunter, how is everybody doing? And yes, I did see the trailer for, what's it called? Amazing Digital Circus. The humor in the trailer itself is so self-aware, and I absolutely love it. I can't wait. I believe they said they're shooting for a May release date for episode 2, which is a lot sooner than I expected, especially since like Murder Drones took like a year between the pilot and episode 2, which is, I mean, it is the most popular, not most popular, but it is the one thing, like it shot Glitch Productions up so much, so it makes sense. But man, I'm waiting for the next Murder Drones too. Like both of them are really cool, especially since I haven't worked with Murder Drones yet technically on the channel. But going back to the artwork real quick, before the stream I was doing a little bit more research on Sadako from The Ring, because last week I jumped in way too eager than I should have been. So I did a little research on her backstory. I think it's her. I did a little research on their backstory just to get an idea of how we can kind of represent powers. And one that I vaguely knew about, but learned more about was, and I immediately forgot the name of it, thoughtography? Oh, please hold for one moment as I figure out what the heck the name was. Yeah, thoughtography, or as it's mentioned on the Wikipedia page, Nensha? Not sure if I'm saying that right, but basically, and I'm reading straight from Wikipedia here, the claimed ability to burn images from one's mind into surfaces such as photographic film by parapsychic means. What does parapsychic mean? Study of alleged psychic phenomena and other paranormal claims. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So what I'm thinking is on this helmet screen kind of thing is going to be a screen that is projecting the well. I don't know if it's going to be line art or if I'm just going to do flat colors. But I'm going to rough it out just so I don't forget that it's there. So, like, the idea behind this is, like, she projects this. They project this, like, to the people they're fighting crime about. And so, like, they get, I don't know the right word, but, like, the effects of the ring curse are then translated to whatever criminals they are fighting. And luckily, I did not drink an energy drink this time before streaming, so my hand should be a little bit more steady. Just gonna rough these in here like that, just so we have a rough idea of what's supposed to be here. The way I'm thinking about it in terms of colors isn't to, like, I'm thinking 2-ish colors maximum. Yeah, so something like that. I'm thinking like 2-ish colors maximum. So the flatting stage should not take as long as it usually does. But let's see what the chat has to say. Hello, KyngPin. Also love the trailer. I definitely did. I'm debating some of that merch. That Kane plushie is looking real cool. Could be looking real cool sitting right on set during the intros of videos. So quite possibly. Where was I? I'm doing great, actually. I hope you're doing great as well. I am, and I'm glad to hear that you are. The trailer was so funny, especially the jump scare at the beginning. Yes. Hello, Apple Flavors. How are you doing? I always forget that stuff. Yeah. You know what else I'm waiting to see? Avatar: The Last Airbender characters as Marvel and DC heroes. That could be cool. Did Popcross do that? No, Popcross did Avatar Mortal Kombat. I'll admit though, and this is gonna, I don't know how people are gonna see me after this. I've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender. I haven't seen the first one. I haven't seen the series, and granted the live action one just came out, but I haven't seen that one either. And so I feel like I am slightly behind on things. Like by years. Other notable series I've never seen include Gravity Falls, Steven Universe, Owl House. All like the main ones that everyone seems to love. They all passed me by. All right, so like I said, we're working with a few colors here. Unfortunately, those colors are essentially what I'm looking at as black and white. And if you are an artist, if you are a digital artist, you'll know shading black and white a little hard. So I'm going to attempt to do this because I saw a comment that said give her blue highlights since I associated with blue and she was associated with that color in the crossover Sadako versus Kayako. So once I get to the rim lighting, especially here where the glow from the TV is going to be hitting her, I'm definitely going to be doing like a sharp blue for the rim lighting. For the actual colors, I think I'm going to stick with this blue because it gives me a little bit of color to shade off of. And then we'll go from there, see what we can do. But while we are doing that, I need to see an edit of where Kane's jump scare at the beginning of this trailer is replaced with the FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 sound. Oh no. I'm gonna be honest, I mean, it's only been a few days, but I feel like if you look that up, like that probably already exists. And if not, I know what I will be wasting my time on after the stream before I have to attend some important work meetings. And then, you know, go eat food and all the stuff you need to survive. I'm interested in the way you'll execute this. I am too. I'm liking the design of the character, despite it being very loosely based off of the source material we're going with. But as a superhero itself, with no ties to anything already existing, I think this is a really cool design. So I have high hopes for the rest of this drawing. And if we don't finish this by 4, I will probably go off in my free time and finish this off stream. I hope if I finish it off stream, there's not too much more to do, but if there's like a couple of shading things that we didn't happen to get done during the stream, I will go off and do that on my own, because hopefully wherever we leave off in the stream is not enough to warrant a whole nother one for this character. At least that's what I'm hoping. Like, I usually take 4-ish hours for a piece, and we spent 2 hours last stream. Then again, Mr. Light took 6 hours. But we also did a background for that one, so we should be fine, I think. Is that The Ring or something? Yes, this is the girl from The Ring, the Japanese version of The Ring, as a DC heroine. And this time, I actually did a little bit of research on the character than I did last week. I liked the idea last week, but realized there was a lot more I didn't know. A lot more about the character that I didn't know that made coming up with a design and a pose and all that good stuff a little difficult. So I went in. If you noticed, I fixed up some of the line art before the thing. I added a little ring emblem here on her chest, and I finally figured out how the hand was supposed to work. The beauty of taking a reference picture of yourself doing the pose and being like, oh, so that's how the thumb is about to bend. And I think some people last stream gave me some pointers to how it's supposed to look. Oh, I messed this up, didn't I? I sure did. I accidentally went on the inside. People gave me pointers last stream about how the thumb could look. And I apologize for that. My brain literally was just not processing how it was supposed to do, and all the words I was getting were... I could not understand. Last week was stressful. Not stressful. Just a little nerve-wracking because of... just because it was a 7-hour stream. I had to make sure people got in and out at the correct times. I had to make sure everything worked within a steady time frame. Because for some reason, we had audio issues last week. And I've since solved them. But for the life of me, I can't figure out how I've solved them. I like the cane action figure. Oh yeah, the cane, like the figurine little thing, the little plastic thing. That looks cool. It would make much more sense on my set because I'm assuming it's smaller. But I don't know. I've always gravitated more towards plushies than like Funko Pops and stuff. They're the same price though, so I don't know. Maybe I'll flip a coin and figure out which one to get, because I do have a King keychain that I got for Christmas. It's too big to fit on any of my keys, so he just sits off on my desk outside of the camera view for the videos. So maybe a Kane plushie. Like, Kane's a very good character. Jax, out of all the ones there are plushies available for, Jax is probably my favorite. But Kane is good too. So maybe I'll pick up the Kane plushie. I don't know yet. You know, because I want to support the show, and I have. I've got a shirt. I've got a poster sitting over there that I have to actually hang up eventually. I got the keychain. What else did I get? I also have the Murder Drones jacket, sweatshirt here, but that's a different series by Glitch Productions. Same. I haven't seen it either. Didn't interest me. I assume we're talking about the Last Airbender show, or one of the many other series I rambled off on. That's the thing, though. Even if we are talking about that, like, they interested me. I'm very bad at staying up to date on shows and stuff. Like, I watched like 3 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated one. I'm like, this looks so cool. That was in 2021. So, I'm definitely going to do the Kane in FNAF 2. Send it to me when you do, because I would love to see that. That sounds so funny. Man, I did not do myself any favors with the line art last week. This thing is looking real rough. Alright. What do we make the inside? Maybe like a darker gray. Because the cape itself is going to be this color. So like around there. where did the chat go? There we go. Good colors. You're getting the colors of the dress. Looks like. Oh, I'm glad I got the colors right. It's a little like the colors were tricky for me because, like I said, if I was going like any type of white, like anywhere between the white and gray without any sense of color, it would have been a lot harder to shade on top of. And the video I'm working on right now, not for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the redraw, which is all done. But for next week, I really like the idea. It's a little bit of a trend going around. So it's a little different from the usual videos, but what the subject matter is, I'm getting a first-hand experience of how hard it is to shade when the main color of something is somewhere in the range of white. But so far, the first one is done, and I'm really loving how it looks. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to give too much away, so I'm going to shut up about this one. But after the redraw, I think we're starting March off with a good video. All right, cool, like that. And I think we're going to go darker for the arms. Also, should we be putting like gloves? I'm going to put like gloves here. I'm going to just whoosh. Wow. Now she's wearing gloves. Therefore, it doesn't just kind of look weird. Ah, way too big of an eraser. All right, I'm going to make the newest vid. I'll be back if you're still here. Have a good stream. Thank you, Apple Flavors. Good luck on the video. The hand is a hard body part. Absolutely. I really like it wouldn't fit the rest of my style per se. But I love like in Has Been Hotel where like the fingers are just kind of like triangle like, so when they're all together it's just like a single triangle, and like those hands look so good to me. But overall, like I'm still figuring out hands. This one looks pretty good. I like how this one looks. Just okay, I'll be honest, I'm going off topic here. I'll get back to the chat in a second. I had to set up a new OBS profile within my within the application for the boss level stream on Friday. And I made a duplicate profile, and I said, okay, I thought like for OBS, if you do a profile, it just switches between it. So like if I switch between the KyngPin Creations one, yeah, and where's the, oh my gosh, I did not, did I really? Oh, because this one is supposed to be the gray that's darker. I got it now. I'm like, why do I have two of the same color layers? It's because I got distracted between copying one. Just like I get distracted anytime I try to read the chat. The hand is hard, yeah. In one ear, not the other. I'm sorry. If I'm missing anything, I do apologize. I'm still getting used to. That's a little too blue for my liking. There we go. I apologize if I miss anything on stream. I'm still kind of getting used to the delay. So if you say something and it takes me like 10 minutes to get to it, I sincerely apologize. But that being said, let's catch up real quick. Good colors. They look like, yes, thank you so much for that. I'm glad the colors are working. They're not too Raven. They're in the same ballpark, but Raven's is a lot more purple, which I didn't think would fit entirely. I don't know. I like this. I feel like blue is a good color, and I do not take my word for this as fact. This is just my opinion, but I feel like when working with like whites and black, like really light whites or really dark blacks, mixing blue is always a good bet. Like the old school Venom had rim lighting of blue and red on the otherwise completely black body. So I always find like blue is for some reason a good color to pick when doing really air quotes, faded colors, for lack of a better word. I don't know. Just what I've noticed from speculation. Also, I'm realizing that I think I put the gradients going the wrong way, because the main light source is going to be this TV, which is going to be very interesting. I'll also be buying the Kane plushie. Will go well with the Pomni plushie I already have. I'm just glad I can support the show and also get merch of my favorite characters. Yeah, definitely. It's a really good show, and like the indie animation scene as a whole is really good. Just the other day, Night of Arcane, which I did the Pal World, which was one of the artists I did the Pal World collab with, posted about this new show that just released the other day called Port of the Sea. And it just released its pilot like 2-3 days ago. And that one is really good. I'm actually, you know what? It deserves more love. I'm going to put a link for it into the chat because I can do that. But yeah, that one is so well animated. And just really good. So totally recommend that one. Sorry I'm late. I was busy. No problem, Scott McDonald. We are technically early. So whenever you got here, all good by me. I just have things to take care of later today. And so we're going to be working a little earlier from before. All right, let's see. How are we looking? I feel like the gloves are going to be in somewhere in the middle ground between these two. Yeah. All right. Reverse that because you are where the light's coming from. So like that. Perfect. I should really be labeling these layers. That's one thing I often forget to do when making a... What's it called? When doing a stream. I've noticed that doing a recording, I name the layers. Doing a stream, often forget about it. It's weird. To be honest, Kane is probably my favorite character. I love when he went boof and turned into a bootleg. That was so funny. And like, I don't know, it's just so weird that they acknowledge, like, the meta references in that trailer are really interesting and actually really funny. Like, I didn't think anyone would bring up like the bootleg merch of their stuff, but the way they implemented it was really funny. And once again, shout out to all the voice actors in that. Not just the trailer, but the show. They all did an amazing job. So will my submission, Doggo Pikachu Go Go Dodo, be in the community redraw episode? I didn't watch it yet. Well, nobody's watched it yet, because it's technically not out yet. I think. Unless something went horribly wrong and it accidentally did go out. Hold up. I gotta check the channel, make sure it didn't go out yet. Okay, no, we're good. Yes, the community redraw is not out yet. It comes out tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know specifically what time that is for the rest of you, but it's basically normal time for the videos. So you'll just have to wait and see if your drawings were the ones that got picked. I will say though, and I mentioned this in the video, so forgive me for repeating myself, but it was hard to choose. Like, all of them were so good. It was really hard to pick. So everyone who did submit, absolutely stellar job. Amazing. Just like Shrek, I mean... Did I say that? Was that today or a different stream? I don't recall saying that. All right, let's... This is getting ridiculous. Okay. Wait. Okay, so you're the hood. Okay. Hood. Hood. Inner. Chest. That's the cape. What are you? Oh my gosh. Wait, what else are... What do you... Did I really do that? Ugh. There we go. I noticed that these two were looking way too similar in color. I'm like, what happened there? Then what are you? Why do I have two things of the... Oh my gosh. This thing is getting away from me. Back to the chat. Sing Rubber Ducky with your Viking duck. I'm not familiar with... I don't know what Rubber Ducky is. Another character, DC character you can work into Sadako's backstory in the DC universe is going to be Deadman. Ooh, Deadman is a good one. I don't know if this character's going to get a story solely because it is just a live stream drawing, but that is a good idea if it were to get an episode. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm working too much in the same hue here. Ooh, we are at 30 minutes. Really hope this... I'm really shooting to get this done today, but if I keep yammering, that might not be the case. Especially since I'm unsure how I'm going to render the well right now. And I also have to see if I have any static TV brushes, because that's also going to be probably one of the more time-consuming parts of this. Maybe not time-consuming, but like, what's it called? More of the trickier ones to figure out. That's what I mean. And the lighting is going to be real interesting, considering all the gradients are facing the wrong way. All right, I'm liking that. That's looking good. I'm also going to make the belt this same color as the inner, like, helmet part of things. Cool. The TV is definitely going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for that part, but we gotta get through the rest before we can get there. That's probably one of the last ones. It does make me wonder if Chainsaw Hunter has a Jax plushie. Yeah. Thanks for the recommendation. Yeah, no problem. Poured by the Sea. Highly recommended. And Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps is in it. He plays a small role, but I didn't know that until I looked at the credits, which was really cool. I'm a huge Game Grumps fan, if you couldn't guess that by the video game show me and my friends run. That being said, too, running a video game show is so much easier with multiple people than it is with just yourself. Alright. So, the most interesting parts about this are going to be these parts here. Actually, this shouldn't even be. Because I remember last week we said this cape was going to be coming out of the TV too, so it should really end right there. There we go. Alright. I'm going to try this. We're going to put a slightly less than mid-tone gray in the back behind everything else and literally just rectangle this. And that'll be our TV static. Of course, that means I have to... I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it as is, and then all the other flats will cover it. Alright. This part's going to be interesting. I'm just going to make it slightly darker for the visor. And then your black here. Yeah, that works, right, for the visor? And then however we render the well thing, we'll see how it does. Yeah. Sing Rubber Ducky from Sesame Street. Take a break from drawing and sing the duck, Viking duck in hand. I'm sorry. I actually don't know the Rubber Ducky song. Maybe I'll go off and learn it for next stream, maybe. But right, I'm unfamiliar with the song you're talking about off the top of my head. All right, now this is interesting because I forgot to clear the layer before I did this. Yeah, that's looking good. I like that. Do have to still do the ring. I'm thinking a close, like really like near white for that. Make this small. Right here. About that. And then I'm gonna regret this, but I'm actually just gonna make the ring pure white. We'll see how that works. Really like how the drawing is looking so far. Thank you so much. I am too. I was a little worried about it last week when we started this. I'm like, this is a really good idea. Dang it. It's a really good idea. I just don't know if I'm doing it justice. Starting this stream, feeling a lot better about it. Now the next question is, are we going to finish it in the next hour and 25 minutes? Because, things aren't looking too promising at the moment. The TV itself is not the main focal point, so I'm just going to do solid colors rather than gradients for that part, just to make my life easier. And then I'm gonna have to figure out what I'll just make it like a dark brown for the cat, for the little stand it's on. Maybe make it out of wood. Actually, no. What I'm thinking more so, I'm gonna grab another gray here. This one a lot less mid-tone. I'm gonna make it like a modern kind of TV stand, like sleek and white. Yeah. Like one of those minimalist ones you see in those mansions where it's literally just like white cube. I put my TV on it and I don't think about it ever again. Hey there, sorry I'm late. A little question, KyngPin. When will you bring back those little shorts doodle a day? Honestly, I'm not sure I will be, just because since I've stopped those, it's given me more time to do do 3 drawings per episode, which I think makes the videos flow better. And just overall, like, it was like it did do the channel a lot of growth per se. But if I'm going to be honest, I just do not like making shorts. It's just not my thing, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Also, I probably shouldn't have gotten rid of that because that's going to get rid of some of the screen effect. There we go. All right, so let's figure out how to do this. If we're going to do it on one layer or multiples. I think we just do like muted colors for this. So like, where's the visor? That's the visor. So we go up to the visor, map everything out, and then just lower the opacity. I think that'll work. But yes, the doodle a day might be over for good. I don't want to say anything for certain, but like, if I'm being honest, I just do not enjoy making short form content. it seems, at least in my experience, why can't I select anything? At least in my experience, short form content is so volatile in terms of like who sees it and how people react and how many returning viewers you get from a short versus long form. It's just when I was doing it, it was just way too much worrying about, oh, if I post at this time, it doesn't do as well on this day than on this time. It's just it was mental Olympics basically, trying to get any of those posted. Like I don't regret doing it. I think it was a very good way to practice drawing, and I'll admit practicing every day was good, and I probably should do that again, but just so many things have happened since then that it makes it a little harder. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what's happening with this down here. Like, I know, oh, that's why. It's because the, like, okay. Which one is the TV? You're the TV screen. So instead of putting you at 50, I'm going to turn you into slightly, well, that's not right, slightly off gray. Therefore, you still act as line art, but you are covering up any mistakes I make. Like that. There we go. That looks much better. Gotta say, I'm super excited for KyngPin Recreations tomorrow. I have to ask, how many drawings are in the episode? So, as I believe you've heard many of us mention, me, Dempsey, and a few others, that February got to be one crazy month. So, is my Photoshop going crazy? I think it's buffering a little bit. Photoshop, you good? Alright, you shouldn't be able to see me if I do this. Alright, good. I don't have any excess windows open. Why are you so... Because I have my drive plugged in, that's why. Can I you gonna give me problems if I do this? Technology, you gonna work with me here? Come on. Oh, wow, that actually worked. I'm surprised. Please hold. So, I don't know how scientifically accurate this is, but I've noticed that there are like if I do a lot of work with a external drive plugged in, my computer gets slower, and so when I have the drive that I have all that I do the boss level editing on plugged in, things slow down a little bit, and I didn't realize before the stream that I still had that plugged in, so I just had to plug that, and now hopefully things will run a little bit smoother. And you could be a little more desaturated. Bingo. You can also be a little darker, Mr. Well. Maybe a little lighter. There we go. Yeah, so February has been a little crazy. So for the first round of redraws, I've only been able to get what I think was like 4 of them, which really stinks. I wish I'd gotten more, because some of them, like, there were so many ones that I wanted to do, but time got away from me and actual work got a little crazy, so I did what I could, and also I didn't want to sacrifice quality just to get more done. So even though there's only 4 in the redraw, they're 4 that I took my time with to make sure I made look good. I will be out of the chat anytime soon. Okay, that's okay, but thank you so much for coming. I hope when you do see the final piece, you enjoy it, because with these new concepts I came into the stream with today, I'm really liking how this one's turning out. I think to avoid losing my mind, I'm going to be like, I'll just make this screen projecting a blue light overall. You know what? I was going to put in trees, but I'm lazy. And we are short in time. Look at that beautiful sky. Yeah, it's a little more desaturated. Ah, look how creepy that is. No, but that's cool though. I like that. And technically they are not... I'm going to leave them as they are. Because I said we're like, oh, we'll lower the opacity. I think that looks good as it is. Hey, which popular game do you think would make an excellent Netflix series? Personally, I'd go with Overwatch. Overwatch is good. What game series do I think deserves... Or what game series do I think would make an excellent show adaptation? I believe I've said Poppy Playtime last stream, but that's already getting its own movie, so I feel like that's an invalid answer. If we're talking a series and not a movie, Danganronpa, it technically already has a series, but it just wasn't good. So I think if Danganronpa did another go at a series, it could work. Problem with Danganronpa is, at least with the series that exists, it's only 13 episodes long, and they go through the plot of the game almost beat for beat. But that's like 60 plus hours of game crammed into like 6 hours. You can't do that. So, if it was a Netflix series, this is an idea off the top of my head. I don't know how well it would work. A Netflix series, if any of you are familiar with Danganronpa, it is a visual novel-esque crime game. So, like, you have to solve these murders with each chapter of the game, and you have to figure out who did it. So, off the top of my head, this could be a really stupid idea. Danganronpa Netflix series, but each season, it's like 5 seasons. Each season is its own trial. So like 8 to 12 episodes or whatever, however long Netflix wanted to make them, per season, 5 seasons in total. I think that's how you would have to do a Danganronpa series on Netflix. The Danganronpa anime was definitely very rushed, at least to me. The adaptation of the game was very rushed. I actually personally enjoyed the other one. I think it was called like The End of Hope's Peak, the one where it split between the future of the future dystopia and then the past with Class 1B, whatever it was called. That one I actually enjoyed a lot. It felt like it filled in some holes from the game and stuff like that. I just thought it was really cool. Personally, I enjoy long-form content more than short-form content. I do too. Problem is, I exist in the world that has, or not the world, but like the generation where it's like, oh, like Instagram and stuff. So like, as much as I enjoy long-form content more, especially since it's really good background noise when making, when working on videos, the stupid short-form content has that thing of like instant gratification, instant gratification, instant gratification. And so that's why I really dislike just watching it. All right, how are we gonna do this? This is the part I was didn't think about. We have an hour to understand where the lighting is coming from and how to apply it. I think that's going to be a bad blue. Something more like this, maybe? Nope, that's not right. Alright, let's try that out. I think if we lay down the the light source, i.e. the TV screen, first will be good. Alright, I don't love that color, but we can fix that. I don't know how I'm feeling about this. This looks a little weird to me. I'm definitely going to change the blue, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this as the, Then again, maybe. Let's finish it first, see how it looks. It is a little, what's the word? Muddy. Like, it's not even at all at any point, which that is the fault of the brush I'm using. But it looks a little murky. It looks kind of like a cloudy water, or like clouds, so to speak, which isn't bad. Let's see how the color looks. Maybe like that isn't. I don't know. I kind of like it. We're gonna leave that. We're just gonna do this. Duplicate it. Make a pure white one, and then just paint it in toward the center. Yeah. Cause it's I'm getting a little bit of just from the colors of the TV screen. Vox from Has Been Hotel. That's kind of what I'm going for in terms of like conveying that the screen is glowing. And okay, with the white that definitely looks a lot better. Alright, just gotta add static and we'll be good. Maybe lower it just a little bit so we can still see the gray. Nope, I hated how that looked. Alright, cool. We have our thing, and I'm going to duplicate you so we can do the screen on your face. Oh, good. That has completely covered all the colors I put. Great. Just great. Okay, that actually works for that one. Alright, you kind of lose the detail, which I'm not worried about because I didn't put much detail into the screen, but I think that's a good start. It is very fan to me, so maybe... nah, I think it's fine. Netflix series, there we go. Personally, I enjoy... Yes, answer that one. I'm back after watching Port of Sea Pilot. It's great. I know, right? I really loved it. I can't wait to see more from that one. I have to see if there's any, like, way to support that show, like merch or anything, because that one I want to see. That's one of the ones I want to see get picked up. The art looks amazing. Thank you. I'm getting, it's not Moon Knight. There was a different, I think it's a DC character, but I'm not remembering the name, that looks or has this similar color scheme, but I really like it. Also, I decided the ring emblem is going to glow, because why not? Cool. Good thing February is a short month. Yeah, although this year is the longer one, right? It's a leap year this year, right? It sure is. That's interesting. So, short month, not as short though. Would love to see your take on famous horror game characters as Marvel heroes. Horror game characters. Okay. Now, do we count indie horror as horror game characters? Because I would love to work. I would love to work with no, wait. I would love to work with Poppy Playtime again. That one was a fun episode, and Popcross just did one too, which I really enjoyed. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, Popcross is, what was it? Poppy Playtime as heroes, or superhero, supervillain kind of thing. That I really enjoyed. Is this how I usually do things? Yes. I got very confused by my own creative process for a second. Actually, what if I put you above the thing? Does that... I don't like that as much. But then it would make more sense. The glowing would be outside the lines. Ah. If you couldn't tell, when under pressure, I'm not good at making decisions. I have an hour to complete this, and we haven't even gotten to the shading phase, which usually takes about an hour. I do love how that looks, though. The games are so good. I'll admit, I have not played the games. The only, I've watched the Game Grumps play through them. So, technically, I have not seen V3 yet of Danganronpa, but hopefully they'll play it soon, and I can get a conclusion to the story. I do want to play all the games, though, so maybe... I think we're planning it out for boss level. So sometime soon, possibly, maybe, I hope so. But boy, goodness, is that going to be a long series. Let's bump you up to like 70. Yeah, I was talking about the anime adaptation of the game. Yeah, definitely. That one was definitely rushed. Like, it's interesting. Like, it was a cool concept to make it in the form of a show, but you wrote, or whoever, Spike Chunsoft, who made the game, wrote a lot of stuff that you just kind of glossed over. Like, a lot of it's filler, I'll admit that. It's a visual novel, so, like, a lot of it is just like, oh, hey, here's the same stuff repeated. But, I don't know. I feel like they left out character development, which is, you know, a little important to a story. I'm also realizing I didn't color in our little cape connector here. This little jewel on the bottom. I think I'm just going to make it the same color as the emblem because I'm lazy. Perfect. That is just pure white. That's not going to do me any favors later in shading. All right. So the light is coming mainly from the back. Yep, just like that. Really hope, like, so this is going to be a little tricky to get the lighting right. But hopefully I can do it. I really like the idea of the class trial being a season 6. Being a season, 6 seasons for 6 trials. Yeah, you're right. It was 6 seasons. I think I said 5 by accident. But I don't know. I feel like if there was to be a Danganronpa game, or I'm sorry, not game, adaptation, that is the only way you can do it, just because there's so much in each trial itself, in the game at least, is like 2 hours long. So yeah, it would have to be a big investment for everybody involved if that were to happen. But hey, Netflix, if you need a voice actor for any of the characters, I do the voice acting things. I can do different voices. Not at the moment though, because my mind is going blank. But believe me, I can do them. If you need a demo reel, you can go to youtube.com/bosslevel. I don't even know if that's the URL of the channel. Alright. This is where the tricky part comes in. So this is where the highlight would be, especially down here. And over here. But then where does the shadowing go? It it would go up here. Yeah, like that. And I think I'm gonna need a third shadow layer. Because this might not be bright enough or dark enough. I don't like that. No, not 0. What are you, crazy? Maybe if I do this one at 70, that'll get a better result. Yeah. Hey, have you seen the trailer for the new My Hero Academia film? What do you think? Personally, I say they should do a time skip film with Class 1A as adults with children of their own, like Naruto. I was unaware that there was a new My Hero Academia movie coming out. I'm still slightly behind on the series, but if you've been part of this channel, you know I'm not good at keeping up with things, so that should not come as a surprise. But no, I'll check that out later after I get all the work I need to do done today. Because I've seen some of them. I think I saw like 2 of them. Names are escaping me at the moment though. But yeah, I did not know if they had a new one. Time skip though would be cool. I can always do with a time skip. Although time skips are weird for me because it's like, oh, like whatever anime or manga or book series or whatever it is, it's like, oh, we've been following these people for however, let's say 6 months of their journey, and they time skip ahead to 5 years. You're telling me nothing important happened in those 5 years? That's my only thing with time skips. Is like, really? Like, something has been happening to these people every day for the past 6 months, and now suddenly there's been world peace for 5 years? That's the only thing that just kind of takes me out of time jumps. But if done well, they can be very effective. I'm not gonna not admit that. It's just like that's my logic from following a series. But then I also understand the other thing, like, oh, well, if the story wants to do something interesting, we can't just stay on the same people at the same point in their lives for the entire thing. Which is also weird because one of my favorite series is JoJo, which is literally every season is like, hey, here's a 50-year time jump to the next generation. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what? I'm not even going to try to put a highlight there. All that's going to be... maybe I'll leave a little bit. But for the most part, you are going to be completely in shadow. Because you should be. Perfect. That's how you do lighting. Oh, I would also love to see you put any character from School Babysitters and Sailor Moon into Marvel and DC. Anime as Marvel and DC would be cool. Just overall, like, I have a long list of suggestions on these sticky notes. Jesus. All right, anime as Marvel / in the middle of uploading the amazing FNAF Circus. Yes, I saw the notification. I will check it out after the stream. What was I doing? Oh yeah, shading. I love how I said I'm gonna name these layers and then just stopped naming the layers at some point. So that's fun. Also, I'm really liking the harsh, like, one of my favorite things to draw is harsh lighting. So like this, what's another one I can think of that I've drawn recently? Okay, I'm drawing blanks, but like the ones, Leprechaun. The SCP serial Leprechaun was also a really good one because you saw the main source of lighting in the piece. So it's like if this was, well, I'm selecting it. So like I made this like pure black, and it made sense because you saw where the light source was coming from, and you're like, oh yeah. So like that's how, that's cool. So like The fact that we have this glowing TV, and I can just do it like this, where it's like this really bright colors right in the center, and then on the other side it's just completely just unseeable. I love it so. Like this arm, I'm loving how it's coming out. Things might get a little more complicated when we move on to that cape, but like that is cool. That is cool. That looks so good. Oh, I'm happy with that. If nothing else, here we go. Here we go. End of the stream right here. Boom. We're done. Nothing's better than that. Okay, before I lose everything. Oh, that would be awful. It'd just be like, hey, here's a silly joke. Oh no, everything's gone. Oh boy. You could have made it gold. Oh, is it the little piece here that I could have made gold? I could have, but that would have required a whole new layer, and I just look how many look. I feel like I flipped my camera before. Look at all these layers we're going for. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I actually ever finished that thought. From like 30 minutes ago, I was talking about how I was making new Steam profiles for when we did the boss level stream. And I thought that once you made a profile on OBS, like it just took everything. So 2 different profiles would have 2 different scenes. That's not the case. The profiles are literally just to connect to different platforms or different channels and stuff. So I made the boss level profile to stream on boss level. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I don't need all of these scenes that are in the way. Not realizing that also deleted all the scenes from the KyngPin Creations profile, meaning everything you're seeing right now, the webcam, the border, the music, all that, I had to re-implement like 30 minutes before the stream started. So yeah, if somebody wants to stitch together the first part of that story from like 2:30 and the second part at 3:05. No, it's not that important of a story. Alright. What if I just do this? Because technically this is what would happen. And then I just need to give it some depth. That's technically what would happen if the lighting was that hard. Okay, maybe not that much. But like, yeah, like that. Instead of like having to go through and find. I don't know, the harsh lighting kind of helps because like however bright the light is, you can get rid of, like, it could wash out some of the detail. The only anime I watch is Pokemon. I do not have the time for Pokemon. At least the anime. I played some of the games and they were quite fun. But the anime itself is a hassle to get through. I believe it's like 1,000+ episodes, which is quite a lot. Not gonna lie, that is a definite commitment. If you're going to watch all of it, I know there's like sub-series of it, but yeah. Just to be clear, there's also a new Spy X Family film coming out in April. Once again, Spy X Family. I saw that. I'm like, wow, that looks like a really cool show. Problem with that one is I don't have the means to watch it. I believe Spy X Family, Spy Family. I'm not sure how you would say it, but problem with that one is I don't believe I own a service that carries that show. So that's the reason I can't watch that one, but maybe I'll invest in a Crunchyroll account, because I've been meaning to catch up on shows. Like, granted, I do love indie animation, and they're some of my top shows. I still like want to get back into anime. I just picked up Soul Eater again for the first time in a long time. I'm hoping to maybe finish that by the end of the year, because I still got a long while to go in that series. And I think I've heard rumors about Soul Eater getting a remake which would be really cool. Yeah, I'm liking this. Yeah, this is looking really good. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't watch anime. That's fine. Yeah. I don't know. Anime, I just like art from an artistic standpoint. The styling of animes is really good. I love it. And some of them have got some pretty interesting concepts. All right, how are we going to tackle this monstrous? So all this is all shadow. This is all shadow. It's facing away from the screen. All shadow. We can agree. All shadow. This part is hitting the TV, so that'll be like that. And this will be closer. And then we're just gonna... Capes are a little hard to draw, I'm gonna be honest. Getting the right folding of this was particularly difficult last week. Amazing FNAF Circus video was great. I can't wait to check that one out. That one is gonna be so funny. I hope so too that you like that actually catches on, and you get a whole bunch of people coming in to watch that, because I feel like as a video that could do that. It's very topical, and I feel like you can get people to come in and just watch it for a good laugh. You gotta let me know if it winds up like doing really well. Okay, you don't have to let me know, but I would like to know if it ends up doing really well. The cape is a little just because okay, that's a little too much. Just because the cape is so like this is the same value as that, it's looking a little flat. So I'm just gonna add another shadow in here to really separate the two. Actually, maybe if I do this and add in some white, some highlights here, just to give it a little bit more. Okay, it's not great, but it's something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that TV lighting. I don't have a tablet or a digital pen, so my digital art ain't as good as my physical art. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the drawing tablets are pretty, I wouldn't say pretty expensive, but like the one I have, this is old, so it's gonna work. But the one I have where you can see the screen is pretty, I don't know, this one went for like 200, I think I got it for. I think like you can get a non-screen one, like a smaller one for like 50 maybe. But like, physical art is a really good thing to be good at. Mine is, my physical art is not as well defined as my, whatever you call this, digital art. Which maybe is something I'll try to get better at. I know when I first did Doodle a Day, that's not right. That would probably, I'm gonna keep that. Honestly, you would just be all covered. There's like, there's no reason to shade any of this down here. But yeah, physical art, it's still a really good thing to be well versed in. For example, I'm relatively proud of Beta Boom, my fan made My Singing Monsters monster, but Iclops, another fan made My Singing Monster profile, which this is the first time I announced the name, is digitally drawn and isn't as good. Oh, well, that's... I mean, the name's cool. I like the name. I don't know if I've seen... I think I saw the first one. I don't know if I've seen Cyclops, though. But it all just takes a little bit of practice. Like, it is harder. It's definitely harder, but it is possible to draw with a mouse and keyboard, which I am still blown away by, that people are able to do that. It must have taken them so much practice. Alright, I'm going to be honest. This was supposed to be cloth-like. It's not exactly... well, I think I just fixed it. I was going to say it's ended up being a little bit more metal, like metal chest plate than I've intended, but I'm okay with that. They're not the most accurate folds, but they are folds nonetheless. To be honest, I really like this. Thank you. I'm really liking how it's turning out too. I definitely was a little like, ugh, I don't know, this probably isn't one of my best works. But now looking back on it, I am quite proud of it. And thank you. I'm glad the chat for giving me this idea, because this is not something I would have thought of on my own. Is that it? Are we done with the shading? I think we are. Well, kind of. Just gotta... Still the TV and stuff. Which, like I said, I'm probably gonna retry the glow. It's just a little too messy for my liking. Not really so much the inner part, but like the where the actual glow is ending. Like this part here is just completely unfilled, and that's not how that would work. So after this, I think we'll do that, fill that in. I gotta be careful here. There we go. Alright, not bad. How it's actually said. Spy Family. Oh, it is? I honestly thought it was Spy X Family. I didn't know which one was right. No, because that makes sense, because the other one is called Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, that does make sense. Alright, yeah, okay. Thank you for the correction on that. I will, because I've been calling it Spy X Family ever since I heard of it. So I'm glad to know that I was wrong and can say it right in the future. Alright. Everybody cross your fingers and hope that I have static brushes saved. Alright, here we go. Static. You can't see it, but it came up with nothing. Alright, please hold while I download some from my favorite stock website, Envato Elements. Actually, I can do this and you can't see it. Perfect. Static. Graphic templates, web templates, graphics, add-ons. 4 brush sets of static, and not a single one is what I'm looking for. Perfect. How do I... I'm going to do what I did with Pokemon as... not Heroes. Has-Been Hotel as Pokemon. I'm going to get a different set of brushes that I have. The glitch ones. I'm going to be honest. If I put you above... This is... I don't know how this is going to work. If I put you above the glow, how's that going to look? Not great. But with some processing effects. Like that. Like, even if it's not the whole screen, like, this is perfect Well, yeah, you can't exactly go above the character. So that was dumb on my part. But then you get faded out here. Is there like a certain color I can put you in? Yes, there is. And then if I do green, yeah, nope, that totally blocks each other out. Okay, we'll stick with red. And then we'll figure out something after I read the chat. Spy Family is also on YouTube. Oh, I'm sorry, not YouTube, Hulu. I'll try. I don't have Hulu. There's nothing I can try. But I'll maybe invest in that or Crunchyroll, depending on if there's anything. Is there a blending mode I can use that can make it? Ooh, wait, what was that? Dissolve. Actually, that's not bad. That actually looks really good. And if I do another one, like... Okay, I'll do 2 to make it a little more prevalent, but if I do a smaller... Nope, that's yellow. If I do a smaller one around where her body is... I don't know, actually. Well... Like, there's enough static, and it's enough around the... here where you can tell that it's coming in. But maybe I'll add a little bit more with our regular brush. What are these? Oh, you're the TV screen, so if I do the U... You're not really getting, any lighter. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, if I just completely fade it, then that gives off more of the effect that I'm going for. Maybe I'll get rid of some of the line art, too. Just like clipping mask. Just to make it a little bit more smoother. Yeah, that actually was a lot easier than I expected it to be. We do have the thing at the bottom though, that I will get to in a second. Beta Boom is the fan-made My Sing Monster in the video where I showed Dog Day. Yes, I do remember that one. I'm not a big YouTuber and I didn't put any hashtags, but I would love if it did get popular. That's good. I haven't shown Iclops yet, but I can't for the life of me find out how to use BandLab. Oh, I'm not familiar with that. Is that an art program or like a music program? Because the next one is, especially since I want to play synth. Synth is cool to play. I used to play keyboard, not like a typing keyboard, like the musical keyboard, way many years ago. I never followed up on it, and I'm a little sad about it. BandLab is music. Oh, okay, cool. I am not the musical one of my friends. My other friend is super talented. She's really good at like multiple instruments. Like, what was it? Guitar, bass. Has an understanding of drums. I don't know if she can actually play drums. I know she doesn't own any. But like in GarageBand and the music editing softwares, she's very good at programming drums. Did I mention lyrics yet? She's good at that. She's really good at singing. She's literally like a whole band by herself. It's insane. And she actually helped me out with a couple of other songs. She's the one who, I forget if she helped write those actual words to it, but she's the one who played all the instruments on the Halfway Home song that I posted about a few days ago. One-woman band, exactly. Actually, if you want, you can check out her band, which I occasionally help out with, called Freaks Over There. And like I did with the other one, I'm going to put a link to that, because people deserve to hear her music, and, you know, I have a platform to promote my friends, and I am going to do it. So, if any of you are interested, feel free to check out Freaks Over There. They're also on YouTube, too, with all their lyric videos, which I animated. That was a really fun project that I got to work on last year. Oh, hello. What are you? How did you get there? Oh no. Oh no, there's a layer. There's something that I don't know how it got. Okay, there we go. It's all good. Problem solved. I found the layer. Alright, I think once we do rim lighting, I think we're good to go. It's not that hard to draw with a mouse once you've gotten used to it, speaking from experience. Oh, really? I mean, I haven't gotten used to it. I've always done... I don't think I've ever done it, actually. But, like, I can imagine, like, with anything else, like, even drawing on a tablet is not a natural thing. You have to learn about it, so... I don't like... Okay, I'm going to try yellow as a highlight. It's not going to make any sense, but we can change it later. But I'm just gonna see how this works. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I really messed up when shading the television, because you can see these little sections that got caught in the crossfire. Accuracy smaccuracy. Also, remember the Tales of Tenario as Heroes video idea I gave you? Yeah. One of the I do remember the idea. One of the recommendations was for Drake. And I just thought of something that might help. Put for Drake's hammer in their arm. Okay. Tales of Tenario. What was it? For Drake? Oh, interesting. Oh, this is a really cool design. I like this. Now I'm getting two different. Interesting. I really need to look more into this game because it looks very interesting. I really like it. The static is looking good. Thank you. Looks good. Thank you. Alright, I'm back. Didn't post a vid. Just wanted to ask if I can reference your Glavinus drawing in the vid I made. That was the one I believe you suggested for Doodle a Day, right? If that's the case, yeah, go for it. You have full permission to reference it. All right, okay, now that looks like a keyboard key. R for ring. Alright, let's make this a little... Alright. Yeah, like I said, pure white, so it's not going to be great, but I like how it's looking. CBSMP. Not quite sure what that one means. I'm sorry, I forgot about what we were talking about. If it looks good, who cares? That's exactly. Hey, I just got an idea. If you're bummed out that you didn't get as many designs for the KyngPin redraw, why not make the episode a two-parter? It's not too late for that, right? Technically, no. It's not too late for that. Though I do have to double check my schedule to make sure I can do everything I'm trying to do. I might make it a two-parter because there's a couple other designs that I would like to do. I just have to... Oh no, where did that come from? I just have to figure out how that would work into my schedule. But I do like that idea. So thank you so much. I'll keep that in mind for the coming week. Hey KyngPin. Hey Steven, how you doing? We're just, I wouldn't say just about finished up, but we are in the final steps of this drawing, so I had to start the stream a little early today because I have things to get to around when I would normally stream, so just wanted to make sure we got this little drawing done from last week because I don't know, just after the whole stream, like after we had the artist roundtable and stuff, I'm like, that was fun. I'm just really tired and don't feel like drawing again. So for that last hour, me, Dempsey, and one of my friends just kind of hung out talking with the chat, which was actually really fun. I really enjoyed that. And thank you all so much for stopping by for that one. That was a really cool stream. I changed the rim lighting to blue. Almost the exact same blue that everything else is, so not quite sure how this is going to work, but we are going to try it out. Also might experiment with making the lines a little thicker. At least the ones getting hit by the light. Like, yeah, like make that thicker. These ones in the back could still be relatively thin. Alright, just need to have you confirm. Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you asking, but yeah, if you need to reference something, go for it. While you're talking about Tales of Tenorio, it was meant to release Friday, but the lead developer, Utopia, has been hospitalized. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. I hope they make a full recovery because being pushed too hard is not good. And it is like, while I haven't been there, like I understand like the whole burnout thing. So if the game needs to be delayed in order for them to make a full recovery, I have no problem with that because health comes before any of this. Well, I'm heading off now. Bye-bye. I'll see y'all in the next live stream. Thanks for joining us, Galahound. I can't wait to see what you think of the recreations tomorrow. I'm really excited. I'm really happy with how it turned out as a first run for it. Yeah, I hope Utopia will be okay. Yeah, me too. Just got an idea. FNAF characters as apostles from Berserk. Interesting. I'm not familiar with what an apostle is from Berserk, but I do recognize FNAF. So, I will write that down in a brief second and see what I could work with from that. Also, this is the way I shaded this came out really weird. It looks like the top of the hood is like flat, but I kind of am okay with it. I think it's a stylistic choice. Oh yeah, I have to do the rim lighting for the TV too. I forgot about that. I gotta say, I am really happy with how this ended up turning out. Alright, this is going to be a rough one. If I just make you slightly bigger, come down here, and just go whoop, 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 whoop. Nope, too much. Ding. Ding. This is, shading on the TV is super easy. Ding, ding. Nope, too much. Nice. This one's going to be a little... the shading on this is reminding me of something, and I can't place what it is. I don't know, something about the white, or not the white, the blue rim lighting, especially in this area, is reminding me of something, but I cannot remember. Wow! I'm actually really happy with how this came out. The line art, I'll admit, is got a little wonky. Just wasn't doing great. My hand was not steady last week when we were doing it. Energy drinks are an artist's worst enemy. But overall, like, the colors and everything are looking real good. I think we are done. That looks really good. I'm going to see if I have this on hand. If I do, we can place the finishing touches. If I don't, I will do it after the stream. I do not. Okay, dang it. I was going to see if I still had the background from when I did Pixar characters as DC villains, and I just would have threw the background on here, but it's on the drive, which I've since ejected from the computer, so I don't have access to it at the moment. But yeah, that actually took a lot less time than I expected. I'm glad we were able to get it done before I had to bounce from the stream. So yeah, like I said, it's a bit shorter at the moment, but thank you all for those who are stopping by. I'll let the chat run for a couple bit more, and then I have to run some errands before I have an important meeting to attend to. So once again, thank you all so much for coming. I'm really happy with how this came out. I'll put the background in off stream, and then I will post it to all the socials. But I did notice the comment on the bottom that said a vignette would look good, so we are going to do that, just to add in a little something. Nope, this is not the right way to do this. Well, maybe it is. And just go over here a little bit, go over here a little bit. Drop the opacity, like, there we go. That is good. That does look really good. All right, so let's catch up on the chat, and then we'll call it here. An apostle from Berserk is basically a human who sacrificed people dear to them to become an overpowered demon. Oh, I thought of some FNAF connections while reading that, so that could be a good idea. Let me write that down. Where's my pen? FNAF as Berserk Apostles. Back to junior infants. I bit someone on their nose. Not mentioning names, of course. What was their opinion on me in a year? A best friend. In fact, earlier on today, I visited them and gave them a spare PS4. Oh, that's... I mean, the PS4 is cool. I don't know about biting somebody on the nose. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I don't think that most likely will mean somebody will become your friend. I'm glad that they did. But I don't think that's exactly what would happen 100% of the time. They had, and he never used it, so he just gave it to me. Oh, nice. I'm excited to see how you redrew the anime characters. I think everybody will enjoy it, whether they were part of it or not, just because, I don't know, like they all turned out really good. And Galahound suggested maybe doing a part 2. So if I have extra time, I might do a 2 or 3 more if I can fit it in. I know this month's about to get real busy, so I gotta double check on that. To be honest, this drawing looks amazing. I know, I'm really happy with how it wound up turning out. Once the colors and shading came in, it wound up looking really good. I'm glad everyone likes it. Indeed, top 7. Wow, indeed, that looks really good. Thank you. Yeah, vignette will look cool. I added a bit, and then once I put the background in, it'll be completely finished. KyngPin, am I allowed to make a video where you are a knight hunting a dragon? Go for it. I would love to see it. Amazing. Nice. I'm glad you liked my idea. Yeah, of course. I was like 4 years old. Okay. No. I'm not judging anyone. It's perfectly okay. I'm just saying, as a traditional friend-making method, probably not the best idea, but I'm glad it worked out for you. But that is going to do it for the stream. Apologize that it was a little bit short this year. Not this year. Wow. Okay. A little bit short this week. Like I said, got some things that I have to attend to that can't talk about yet. Well, if at all. But I'm really excited to share with you, hopefully one day. Just can't do it today. But thank you so much. Have a great day. Yes, have a flavorful day too, Apple Flavors. I love that. I love that as a send-off. All right. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in the community redraw tomorrow.